right now for EVOS Icon to seal the deal here against Echo. Welcome to game number 2. And unlike the crazy ending that we got in game number 1, we're just going to slow things down a bit again because both junglers will just really want to focus on getting their buff. So again, we mentioned here the potential snowball factor coming in from a Martis. Echo will want to try and bide time for outplayed on this Claude, and I think you noticed something interesting here.
Yeah, something very interesting. I mean, take a look at the emblems, but first take a look at the tickets, guys, because Legend tickets, now they're the only ones left. 30k IDR, which is equivalent to what? 1.5 USD. Very, very cheap. Go ahead and buy your tickets now. But let's take a look at Susujin's choice, actually, to go for Quantum Charge on the Martis. We've seen Brave Smite usually on Martis and Quantum Charge on Fredrin. But look at Zyda. He has the Brave Smite on this Fredrin. There's already an engage early on. So Susujin zoning them away with the Mortal Coil. Zyda and Yaoi forced back.
Okay, in paper, it does make so much sense here. The Susujin would pick up something like a Quantum Charge. By the way, check out the predictions here. 92% Echo. 8% for EVOS Icon, and they're going to be holding on to that. Again, going back to the Quantum Charge there, but hold that thought. Zyda.
Zyda brought back Decimation in range of the turret. First blood for EVOS Icon, and Susujin is online.
Oh, that's exactly what we were talking about there. A first kill onto the Martis, 4-man rotation onto Outplayed, and EVOS Icon have ticked their conditions already. They're already pressuring this Claude.
Oh man, Outplayed zone away, and that's going to be a Tyrant's Revenge over to Susujin. But a Mortal Coil comes down. Decimation not just there yet, but he doesn't even need it. Ivan smacks him with the power of nature. Zyda finally respawning back, goes into the top side instead of going to the turtle to look for a trade, because he knows that Susujin will just clear too fast. He will get there fast enough. And now, look at what he's doing. He's pressuring Zyda out. Meanwhile, down below, this winning matchup for Sanford.
Oh, look at this.
Veldora's winning.
Oh, he is winning. Oh, final slash. Sanford going to be able to get away, but all across the map, EVOS Icon have just taken their early... What? Oh, a flicker. Veldora, the Explorer, finds it again. He was a menace with this Arlott, a menace in the XP lane during the challenge season, and he's doing it again. Nyam, 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 nyam. Delicioso.
He just solo killed a world champion, Sanford. One of the best XP laners in the world, and now with the help of Christ, Sanji's next. It's another part of the San duo. Able to survive, but now Sanford comes down with a penalty zone for redemption. He says, no, not anymore.
EVOS Icon starting it off hot. Echo finally able to get a kill back, but they've lost again across the map. They've lost the turtle, and they will lose this tower. Outplayed at this point will now wait for up to what? 15 to 17 minutes until we feel him and his damage. 2 early deaths on this Claude.
At this point, EVOS Icon have such a massive lead in the early game. That 2,000 gold lead looks like a small gold lead, but in the 3rd minute of the game, it's so massive. EVOS Icon have so much more resources to play with. And take a look at the XP diff. Zyda 1 level below of the Martis. Even if they're equal, it's already hard for the Fredrin. Now that Susujin has this much pressure on the map, look what they're doing. They're taking everything from Zyda's jungle.
Gone, just like that. EVOS Icon. Again, Veldora finding Sanford. No kills just yet. Yaoi might get caught out, but he jumps across.
Penalty zone comes down for Sanford. Now Veldora is actually going to be baited in the RWM, stolen away from Krite. And Sanji picks up the kill. Now it's going to be the mid lane turret taken actually to half HP and a lot of gold over to Doma and Krite.
Yeah, we're talking about the gold lead here. It looks minimal. But considering the lineup that EVOS Icon has, how fast they can snowball, the power spikes that they will hit. 1 item early on for Beatrix has snowballed. The Martis is already there. Krite on a Valentina. They've hit and ticked their early game conditions. Now, though, they have to be careful not to get caught out. Because the reason why that they lost Veldora there was he was a little bit too excited to get something. And now Echo can bank on that. That there is a possibility that they can punish EVOS Icon for being a little bit too overzealous.
I think EVOS Icon need to stay patient with the lead they've already gotten. They have a lot more neutral objectives to secure, and this is it. It spawned in the 2nd one of the game. So far, Zyda's doing a good job, but Sisujin has a level lead. This contest, what do you think about it?
Two beefy boys. I think EVOS Icon have a good contest possibility, but Echo have a good position to secure it for themselves. Cry has a real world.
Oh, beautiful revenge and the rage, but it doesn't connect onto a wall. Cry still able to escape from there, but look at the damage coming from Stanford. Dishing out to Sisujin, but the decimation comes down. A good RWM. The zone Sisujin away, and it's not just a zoning ult, it's a killing one as Zyda picks up the turtle, and Echo are finally back in the game. But wait a minute, Vildora now trying to save the purple buff, but Zyda picks it up with the Appraiser's Wrath.
Just like that, but in the bottom lane, Doma gets the last laugh as he got a kill onto Outplayed and the turret to boot. Just when we thought Echo found a great opportunity to just crawl back into the gold deficit, Doma with the last laugh.
That's
what the heck?
Another big pick, another quite insane solo kill, and Ivan just gets out with a wild charge. Resources still available for Echo to defend this mid lane tier 1, but I can't say the same for the orange buff. Sisujin already pressuring it here, should be able to take the whole top side jungle here, but Echo are already sending more members up top, understanding the presence of Sisujin.
This is a different Echo that we're seeing. Not the exact names we're used to seeing from their side, but this is now the EVOS Icon we expected to see coming from the challenge season and how they played during that leg of the SPS. But now Yaoi.
Oh god, what's that damage for the Bennett's Rage and the decimation? Cry! He steals away to RW, gets the shielding, and he gets down Doma! Nibiru's passion gutting Zyda down! Sisujin picks up the decimation now, he will fall. Sanji picks up the kill, but it's only 1 for 2.
Right with a 1 for an eye and 1 HP away from falling. Echo could have traded that equally, but he gets away. Vildora, though, and the rest of EVOS holding on to this mid. Echo, they are slowly coming back into this. So still roughly around a 2k gold lead, but they're chipping away at that. And little by little, we're seeing, again, the counter-engage potential coming in from Echo to punish EVOS Icon.
Wow. EVOS Icon, even though it was a 2,000 gold lead in the 3rd minute, they're still able to kind of withstand this goal lead, hold on to it. Echo have tried their best through neutral objective takes, through random skirmishes in the map to create some sort of chaos to destroy the EVOS Icon systematic gameplay that they have with Sisujin. But so far, it hasn't cracked. Turtle, very low. Sisujin has the Mortal Coil, 1 level lead here. Let's see, as that's going to be Doma engaged onto the back. It's going to be the Retribution coming from Sisujin. Meanwhile, Stanford still jumping on. Doma getting everything thrown at him, but the final slash brings them back into the CC. The Timer's Rage able to get a few members, but a double kill now is picked up with another one. This should be the 3rd kill over to Sisujin as he picks up a triple.
This has been a day of Marta's play, 7-1 already for Sisujin. The question was posed, but Sanji gets a last laugh there, getting the purple buff, securing it for Echo. But again, the question was posed, can Sisujin be the guy for EVOS Icon? And it is undeniable. Right now, he is the guy for this game number 2.
He's him at this point. He is him. No Mortal Coil though, this might be a punish. Real World of Inflation popped in by Krite, Sisujin, no Mortal Coil.
Oh.
I think it's a caster curse. You know what? We should probably stop calling or complimenting players. It always happens at this point.
When we like drafts, it doesn't go right. Oh no!
You didn't say anything about Zyda, right?
I didn't say anything about Zyda. That was just Zyda walking into the shop. He's like, I'm gonna check this right quick and then go down.
And even Ivan, all right, same thing here, but the final slash brings Yaoi back under the turret, not enough to kill him. Both EVOS Icon and Echo, few of their members just walking up a bit too far and paying the price for it.
Okay, I get why Zyda checked that shrub. It was his job at that time, but Ivan there getting caught out was a bit of a head scratcher to me. It seems like I don't know, it was one of those moments where Ivan was thinking about, okay, what's going to be the next play, what's the next sequence, and then Echo was just like, hey, we have ultimates, let's just take this Grok down. So they're getting that. And again, despite everything that has happened, despite a 7-3-1 Martis, Echo have caught up. There is still a small lead on the side of EVOS Icon, but at this point, Sanji has been an X factor for Echo, keeping them in this game. He's 5-0-2.
Doma, Nibiru's passion, able to dodge away from the top. Zyda brought back to the team. Doma! Sanford! Caught in the penalty zone from Stanford as Yaoi finds another revenge on the back, and now a flicker under the turret. Doma will be slain fine! It's a 1-for-1 trade there, but overall it's a 4-for-1 for Echo!
I don't know how to explain this game. I'm sweating in places I didn't even know I had. What are these two teams on? This action that we're seeing. Echo from out of nowhere. My goodness, what a game number 2.
What a game number 2. You gotta get that check, by the way, Reptar. I don't know all that, but yes, Echo, they've completely taken control of the game with skirmishes, making it chaotic. The real Echo loud, Echo proud gameplay.
Chaotic, that's the key word here. The theme of not only, I feel like this game, this series now so far, Sutsujin is thinking, guys, what's going on? We've snowballed. But because of everything that went on around the middle of the map, Outplayed has just been farming and pushing Yowie!
Another event and the rage connects, but what? What is going on, Icon? They were able to find a kill back. XP traded in for Roamer. Sutsujin falls as well as he changes a bit too far. Doma still alive. RWM able to connect onto Sanji, catching him in a mobility field, but Zyda is still taking back what he was technically owed because Sutsujin has been stealing it away from him. The orange buff here going to be threatened, but I don't know. I think that might have actually been worse for Echo because they had the Lord to play with.
Yeah, but Echo was still finding pushes. Somehow they were able to break down the mid. The inner turret and the bottom goes down. I think they might be able to get the top side, but it doesn't look like it. What the heck is going on? These two teams are putting on a chaotic game, and we're all in for it. We are sold. We love what we're seeing right now. The stars of this game are the jungler of the EVOS icon Sutsujin and Sanji, the mid laner for Echo, who is still unkillable, still cannot be caught out for EVOS icon. Again, this young man is holding on for dear life to make sure he doesn't get caught out and he can deal the damage he needs to. Look at the items finally outplayed. Caught up to this Beatrix. He doesn't have the Wind of Nature just yet. It looks like he's still going to be rushing for more damage here. But this was a massive gold gap earlier. It has shrunk to 500 and counting.
It was a really big gold gap that EVOS Icon had. But despite Outplayed being taken off 4 times already in this game, I got to give it to him, man. Man's a Chad. No defensive items, no Wind of Nature to be seen. And I respect that, man. From one Chad to another. Oh, Yowie. Close, almost getting Sutsujin, but I really like the idea. I think Outplayed with a Purify, with a BMI, he's going to be able to escape from a lot of the dive potential coming in from EVOS Icon. So going for some thing more like the Melvic Roar here will actually benefit him a bit more. Because Echo, with their composition, they are already a composition that can force a lot of these dives to peel for Doma.
There is the Malefic Roar already picked up by Outplayed. Sanji gets a Holy Crystal. You mentioned Doma. He got to open up the map even more so here for EVOS Icon, pushing in the bottom lane. Inner turret goes down 18 seconds before this Lord spawns. Sutsujin just built up a Radiant Armor, so he should be able to withstand the damage onslaught coming out from Sanji a little bit more. He is the guy here for EVOS Icon. He needs to hold on to get a retry off or a chain of decimations in. Both teams around the mid, hovering around. We've gone from a one-sided start and stomp to now even playing field, and Echo in the lead, rushing this Lord.
Oh, it's going to be a quick one here, and look at that damage from Outplayed, that MILF. Oh! Look at the damage from Krite. Ivan now opening up the map with a concealed play. Stanford caught all alone. No penalty zone. Go in. Krite forced to use the DPZ, defensive penalty zone, to get out of the real world ablation. 2 big resources used up already. Sutsujin still hovering over the Lord. 50% charged in. Sutsujin with a mortal coil dodging away from the Tyrant's Revenge right now. That's coming down the penalty zone. Comes in on everyone. Doma still able to dash out right now. Is that Stanford in the back? But Wind of Nature from Doma is able to just soak in all that damage. The burn coming down. Doma still alive! Krite flickers out the safety. Sanji's looking for one more hit. Real world manipulation bot there, but Outplayed! Now the blazing duet to the back finds Krite, and Echo have gone 2 for 2.
Outplayed, is he going to continue it? He dodges it. Veldora, no. Echo still 2 for 2 indeed. What a trade, what a sequence, no one giving up. Doma again with a sliver of health surviving. The burn damage from Sanji, not enough. And yeah, we talked about the Wind of Nature, and the Wind of Nature helped as we look at the instant replay here. Final slash, beautiful setup there, but Sanford with a penalty zone. But Outplayed and Sanji, understandably, had to delay their damaging, had to delay them casting spells, dealing out basic attacks, because they were in such a hot position to get counter-punished by EVOS Icon. So what could have been a massive win there for Echo after countering EVOS Icon's initiation, this turned out into something even.
Well, now it's still beneficial.
Yaoi!
Yaoi again finds the revenge and the rage, taking Ivan and Veldora down. Jin able to escape with a mortal coil, and they will have to concede this Lord here. Tenford, though, he's waiting in case EVOS Icon still trying to look for a desperate Lord steal.
Philippines and Indonesia, these two countries just suddenly got a spike in sales of oxygen tanks. These two teams are leaving all of us breathless right now. Not a single moment to try and recover. But just as I say that, here comes the creeping storm of Echo as the Lord marches up top. They have all 5 members. Sanji still deathless. Veldora just coming back. I never would have thought we'd reach this point in this game with how it started. But somehow, never underestimate the heart of a champion, says Echo. They are holding on and they are now in the control.
Yaoi finds Ivan, revenge rage. Now Ivan locked down, but Wild Charge still able to connect. Outplayed, 1 HP. Yaoi brought back to the team with the real world manipulation, not in range. EVOS Icon had baited out 2 massive ultimates, make it 3 with Saida. Lord crashing down, but it should still be cleared out by EVOS Icon.
And here comes Echo. Still, I don't think they're going to be committing anymore as EVOS Icon able to hold on, baiting out those key abilities by Echo. But of course, against Sanji with the real-world manipulation meant that EVOS Icon couldn't continue all the damage they were dishing out there around the middle of the map after an initiation by Yaoi. Because EVOS Icon was starting to feel it. They knew they still had to defend. There was still a Lord. So, after all of that, Echo are still in the lead. The damage Sanji has dealt here is the only one past 100,000. Next up is Doma at around 78k. This is how important Sanji has been for Echo.
We gotta give credit over to Ivan, though. I think the tough boots there was what saved him. He got caught in the revenge. I didn't expect him to be able to walk out of the rage, but he popped into Wild Charge just in time with Mortal Coil to cancel out that timeless revenge that was charged up by Yaoi. These turrets are so low. A few shots, maybe even 1 shot away. Unfortunately for EVOS Icon, but I don't think they won't be able to defend this. Just 1 hit with the mini waves coming down, so Jin's tanking it up. Zaida's walking up, and that is a final slash that brings them back. Doma now caught in the penalty zone, still able to get the PO. Sanji flickers forward. Doma gets out still with a flicker as well, respecting it. Real world manipulation comes down from Kripe, taking Sanji low. My goodness, this game.
What a game. Always by a hair. Always with just a sliver remaining. What a performance by EVOS Icon and Echo in this game number 2. We're just early on in the group stage. It's only day 1. And this is the quality of action that we're getting. This is Snapdragon Pro Series right here. Call it what you want. I'ma call it Elite Gaming.
It's Elite Gaming because it's a challenge finals. We've gone through 2 stages of qualifiers here and there. And EVOS Icon, one of the teams who actually made it here to the challenge finals through the open finals. The first stage, all the way from open finals to the challenge season. And now to the challenge finals up against Echo. The defending world champions technically still.
Yeah, defending world champs, an invited team. One team that has crawled and clawed, making it to this point in Jakarta for the challenge finals group stage. And Echo here, though, they are showing us why they have been invited, why they are still a championship team from the Philippines. This Lord could be the last one, but honestly, part of me doesn't want it to be the last. Kind of want to see them fight a little bit more, but let's see what transpires.
Oh, good barrier there from Ivan to cancel it out. Yaoi finds a revenge. Oh, good cancel with the final slash, and the mortal coil comes down. Yaoi misses Doma with an revenge, and he guns him down. The decimation comes through. So Jin in the midst of it all. Now with the immortality pop, he buys in the winter Twitch. He pops it. Penalty zone onto the back right now. Doma still able to cut away. Doesn't have. Oh, he does with the nature and the peel in the back. Great finds the shutdown. The one and only death of Sanji. Doma guns Saida down. Outplayed is left all alone.
One man to hold on, to try and keep the dream alive here. But EVOS Icon do not have the minions, and they're not going for the Lord. They're waiting for item buys across the board. Top tier Mobile Legends bang bang. Fast fingers from both teams. But in the end, it was EVOS Icon who trumped Echo in that sequence. outplayed. You see there in the bottom corner of your map, trying to disrupt the Lord take. Going back into it, that is a Lord for EVOS Icon.
Wait a minute. Okay, there you go. Still, my goodness, how did EVOS Icon win that team fight? Echo had all the tools necessary. They had a mini wave building up top, bottom wave as well. They had 2 base turrets on each of the side lanes. But EVOS Icon, that one mistake that they kind of forced from Yaoi, canceling out the rage with the final slash, that created the chance, the opportunity for the Tigers to claw back in the game.
Veldora with a clutch ultimate to block the ultimate of the playmaker of Echo, and we find ourselves here in this scenario. 21-18, 21 minutes and counting.
Oh. Everybody's respawned. EVOS Icon, how do they tackle this push, Reptar?
They gotta manage the minion waves well. They can't. Oh, Yaoi, what?
Beautiful play now, catching Veldora, flicker out. No re-engage from Echo. EVOS Icon also trying their best to fish it out, just trying to reel out a few more resources. I think they're waiting for that real-world manipulation. That's what they need to really end the game.
Okay, another Tyrant's Revenge being loaded up by Yaoi. There goes Sanford.
With a wall charge as well, gun down now, very low. The decimation follows him all the way straight. Now the Mortar Coil. Veldora loses his life. No, he has his immortality. Not gonna be able to sell his item just yet right now. The real-world motivation comes out from Krite. Outplayed already with the Wind of Nature. And the Blazing Duet. Bottom side base turret taken down. EVOS Icon now looking for more.
Grip onto your hands, wherever you're holding on to, a little bit tighter and a little bit longer, because it's not over yet. So many resources burned out by both of these two teams. No real world yet for Sanji, and ultimate up for Krite and available for him if he wants to. Sanji going in, out, forward, really deeply, out of the base. But it is a reset. It's not over yet. And we're seeing here the effect of the multiple, 2, 3 to be exact, on the side of EVOS Icon. Radiant armors, able to make them hold on far longer the damage that Sanji is dishing out. And you see their Doma as well, watching his positioning. He is not dashing forward until he sees certain key abilities gone. I don't think he's just watching out for that real-world manipulation. EVOS Icon are also respecting the setup potential coming in from Sanford's Terizla.
There's so much to respect for both these teams. EVOS Icon need to respect the Terizla, Sanford, coming in with a lot of these nasty engages, but also Yaoi, because Sanford is merely a distraction. That first initiation isn't the last one. The last one comes from Yaoi. If you're able to stop, neutralize Yaoi, or evade from that Yaoi engage, then that's where EVOS Icon have actually found the better team fights, have actually won the team fights.
Exactly. And when you look at the other side of the page there, EVOS Icon also have multiple sources of setup, multiple ways to engage and re-engage in a team fight. They both have the tools to come out of this on top. It's just, again, it boils down to the question of who can play better MLBB, who can show off better mechanics. The Lord has spawned. EVOS Icon have positioned themselves in a scenario where Echo is very familiar with, potential split push. But now they're moving down towards the Lord. 4, 5 looming around the river for EVOS Icon, as Echo have to send Sanford back for a minion wave clear. As Zyda watches the Lord and Suchijin, a one-on-one stare down for this potential last Lord. The third one, make that the fourth one of this game. Echo nearby as well. Story can continue to tell itself, but who can get the last laugh? They're just staring down and dancing. The cha-cha.
It's a stare down, right? I mean, for both of these teams, there's so much on the line, and honestly, if the setup isn't right, there's no real reason to go for this risk.
Exactly.
Whoever takes it, though, big curveball. Echo and EVOS needs to be ready for anything. Ivan opening it up with the power of nature. Sanford dishing out some damage. Mid-wave going to be cleared out here by Ivan, it seems like, but he's just opening up that push. Krite walking forward, giving some poke, trying to bait out some resources. Meanwhile, up top, look at the wave. Building for Echo. Good for Echo.
That's a big one, but look at the positioning as well of Veldora. Sanford, who's going to start the damage wall on the other side. Echo can still hold on. Yaoi with the conceal. Yaoi to the back. Can Yaoi find the opening? Can Yaoi find the play?
Beautiful chase. Oh, we misses on Ivan. Ivan with the power of nature or the used up. Yaoi getting chunk low. Sanford back to full HP with regen and the lifesteal. Ivan now to half. Set down to the penalty zone in the back now. Retribution inside the Prodigy with an nature from Doma, able to cut away. Sanford jumps in and Doma takes him down with him. Meanwhile, in the back, it's still an all-out brawl. With a Truncheon being bought by Cry right now as he jumps in, flickers out of the Tiger's Revenge with the rage. With the flicker from Yaoi, takes him out. Sanji now dealing the damage as Susujin walks forward. One more shot, but Sanji flickers out again. A few immortalities gone. Echo, it seems like they'll equalize.
The minions are here. They're at the base. Can Ivan clear? Because Echo are on the way to forcing the game number 3. The minions have finished the job. Echo